comes to mind. Allow yourself to
Like I'm
follow
connecting
whatever
to
comes to mind.
another life or something like that. Like I'm seeing a monk in a red robe,
Mm-hmm.
like a red outfit, and it's cold. And I'm doing my chores as this monk. I'm carrying water, and all this work is heavy work, and it's cold and it's unpleasant, but somehow it makes me stronger.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Tell me something about yourself as this monk. How old are you?
How old are you? I'm reaching 30s, I think. I'm reaching my 30s. I'm still young and strong, and I do a lot of work, physical work, and we meditate, study, and it's cold a lot, but I somehow I managed to disconnect from that coldness. It's cold a lot.
Mm-hmm. What prompted you to become a monk? Let's go back in time. See when you made that decision. 3, 2, and 1. Be there now.
I mean, I see myself as a 5, maybe 6 years old child, and my parents sending me out to this monastery.
Mm-hmm.
They decided that they had some kind of sorcerer or somebody who foresees the future, and that person told them that I'm gonna be a monk, so they sent me
Mm-hmm.
out.
How do you feel about this?
I feel scared, lonely, left out, abandoned. I feel
Mm-hmm.
all sorts of very scary sensations and feelings, and just want to cry. And I'm sitting there in front of this monastery. It's like the monastery is surrounded by walls, and I'm sitting in front of the gate under a tree, and I'm crying because they left me here. They didn't even like knock at the door or anything. They just left me in front of this door. I feel so lonely and so like abandoned. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares about me. I feel horrible. I feel hysterical.
Mm-hmm. Tell me what happens next.
The door opens. It's a huge door, very tall. And an older, like bald-headed monk comes out and takes me in. And I'm crying even more right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm crying a lot. I'm hysterical. I can't calm down. I'm cold. I'm scared. I've been left here by myself. It's horrible. So this monk is, he kind of starts taking care of me. Like he calms me down, he feeds me, he gives me, like, he makes me warm, and there are other kids here too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I just want to go to my mother and go back home. I don't know why I'm here.
Very good. Let's ask your mother why she brought you here. Let's communicate with her now.
didn't bring me. My father did, and she agreed to it. She
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to, but she said okay because I won't be, like a holy person or something like that in their
Mm-hmm.
mind.
What does that mean to be a holy person?
Basically, it means that you're locked up in that place and you
Mm-hmm.
don't do anything besides working and being in the cold and by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Let's move ahead in the future just a little bit, a few weeks or a few months, and see how you have settled in. 3, 2, and 1. Find yourself now. What's going on?
I'm like much older. I'm 13 or 14, and I'm already established in this place, and but I carry a lot of anger with me.
Mm-hmm.
I have trouble getting that anger out of me.
Anger towards your parents.
Yes.
Very good. Does that anger also, is that being expressed to other people or situations?
No, I just walk angry. I'm angry and like always in this cloud.
Mm-hmm. And how does this anger affect you?
It's it like keeps me in a like a prison of myself. Like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
able to enjoy anything. I feel angry and I feel that they did me wrong and I don't feel loved. I don't feel anybody cares about me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why I'm here, but I do it whatever needs to be done because they will punish you if you don't. It's not such a nice place
Mm-hmm.
like people would think.
Are there any other boys there that have been sent there against their will?
Yes,
Mm-hmm. So how do you interact with them? Do you have some kind of a connection? Friends?
I don't really have many friends. I don't have friends at all.
Mm-hmm.
We're not allowed to talk.
Mm-hmm.
We talk like in secret.
What type of monastery is this? What's the religion of this monastery?
Buddhist.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Is it always cold?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's. I mean, it's not always cold, but I'm always cold. I have to get up so early in the morning, and it's always cold. And then there's only a few hours out on the sun. I have so many chores to do. I have to like work from the very morning. We get up and we have to do certain meditations, prayers, and then we start to do the chores. I have to carry the water and help with the kitchen chores and like scrub the floors and do all these things. The older monks don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that naturally I'll get older and I would not have to do this heavy work.
Mm-hmm.
They're you know they I don't, they're trying to train us in all these, I don't know, methods of keeping yourself pure and connected to the energies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having trouble. I'm angry and sad.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel more like I'm in some kind of camp prison, not in the, like, like working for God or something like that. I don't feel like I'm working for God. I feel like I'm being a slave.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. My parents never came to visit me. They just left me here.
I see.
They never came back. Makes me so sad and angry.
Are you able to read and write?
Yes.
Very good. So imagine now, just sit with yourself for a moment. Imagine yourself writing a letter to your parents, being completely honest. What would you like to tell them?
That they hurt me by leaving me there. They completely, I don't even know what to say to them. Like, what does it doesn't make a difference if I say it. They will just said, you were supposed to be the holy one. That's what they say, and that's it. There's no point. I'm not gonna be writing any letters.
Mhm. So having all this anger inside of
They
you,
forgot about me. I was very little. It's been so many years. They don't remember about me. They never wrote or came to visit or check on me or anything. I could have been dead under this tree.
and yet it still affects you so deeply, feeling
Yes.
lonely and scared and abandoned, feeling all this anger. Tell me how that affects you and your body, in your day to day, how you function, your behavior, your thoughts.
It makes me really tense. And tense, like in my core, like my stomach. Makes me really tense. The cold makes me tense too. It's
Mhm.
really cold. And this tension, it's like a heavy weight. It was supposed to make me tough, but I'm just heavy from it and
Mhm.
don't really want to do much. Just I'm depressed. I don't see the sense of this. Like, I don't understand why I'm here. I still can't understand. Stomach hurts. But not
Mhm.
like a stomach, the muscles.
Mhm.
Muscles hurt. Muscles are tensed up.
Very good. Let's move ahead now in time to the most significant scene that follows this moment. The next significant scene going there now. 3, 2, and 1. Be there. Tell me what's going on.
I'm older again, and I'm like 23, I think. And I'm in a different monastery now. I was moved,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very fluent with reading and writing, much more than, I don't know. Like, I'm really good with it, and I have been transferred to the different monastery to be an assistant to like a important monk or somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm enjoying this much more because there are interesting things happening. I'm hearing interesting things, writing them down. I feel like I have a purpose now, like I'm doing something meaningful, and I'm participating in life. And yeah, it feels so much better. But the tension
Very
is
good.
with me. The tension is still there. It's just I carry it around me like a, you know, like a metal armor,
Mhm.
which is weighing me.
What is this tension preventing you from doing?
It's preventing me from letting go of the anger.
Mhm.
It's making me tired. But I'm doing much better than when I was a child. This monk is so he's so wise. So he like kind of opens up the world for me. Like he motivates my curiosity, and I study more and explore more.
What
And
is
I
it?
feel needed. I feel needed.
Mhm. Very good. What have you learned from this monk, from being in this place, studying?
Many things like metaphysical knowledge and, about the energies, about healing, all sorts of things, about things out of this world, like discovering new knowledge.
Mhm. Have you learned anything about how you might be able to let go of your anger?
Mm. Haven't been really looking into that. I just kind of shoved that anger to the back, and trying to live my life somehow. It's a different life. But I feel good. So with this, when I'm the assistant, I feel so good. I feel fulfilled. I feel happy. I really feel like I'm doing something good.
Very good. Let's close that scene now. Move ahead to another scene. Something significant, something that your soul would like to show you today. 3 going there now. 2 and 1. Be there now.
I'm back in the middle of the lake, the Alpine lake. Now I'm sitting on the boat by myself. In the middle of it, the water is just flat, perfectly still.
Feel your body. Is that tension there? Is that anger there?
Yeah, a little bit still. It's affecting my liver, I guess, or the gallbladder.
Mhm. So now, in the middle of that lake, what brought you to this place?
I think I'm meditating,
Mhm.
and I go into this place in my meditation.
Mhm. I see. Very
And I
good.
just sit there in the stillness and observe the nature, to nothing else. It feels good.
And as you're meditating, how do you feel in your body?
Yeah, there's this pain in my rib cage, like in the right side of my rib cage.
Tell me about that pain.
So I'm going kind of inside my body right now and trying to somehow relax it.
What is the nature of that pain? What type of pain do you perceive?
It's tension and pressure, heaviness.
Very good.
It's like something is in the gallbladder.
Let's allow that pain to express itself to you. See what it is trying to tell you.
It wants to be released.
Mm-hmm.
It's tired.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels confined. And I want to release it, but I don't know why. How?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to release it. I want to release.
Let's ask your soul how you can release this pain, this tension, this pressure. See what advice comes to you.
And I'm kind of like hugging it and cuddling it, saying to it that it's going to be okay. It just needs to relax.
Keep doing that and see what kind of an effect that hugging, that cuddling has on that pain.
I'm just telling it that to calm down, to let it go, and I'll take care of it. No need to be stressed. It's listening, it's relaxing, but it still hurts.
Allow that pain to slowly be released. Being patient and understanding as to why it is there in the first place, but also understanding that it is best for you to let it go now in your own interest, to release that pain.
It loosens up.
Closing that scene now. See where your soul takes you next. I'm going to count from 5 to 1. Let's go another scene, another memory. Whatever comes up, 5, drifting and floating. 4, traveling through time and space and dimensions. 3, allowing your soul, your inner guidance to take you to where you need to be. 2, zooming in now closer and closer. And 1. Tell me what comes to mind.
I'm back in the monk life, where he's in that other temple where he's working for the important monk, and it kind of moved forward some years, and he's just getting like more balanced and more wiser, acquiring more knowledge and stuff, and becoming like himself like more important in that monastery. And in that perspective, he's having really good, interesting life, and he's happy with doing all these things. He like found his place. But I'm still, at the same time, I'm still stuck at that 5 years old child who's looking at this and being asking like, why did I have to go through this separation and this painful coldness? Like it still hurts.
Very good. And as you're now more balanced and so much wiser, imagine now that 5-year-old boy feeling so abandoned and so scared. Imagine him standing right in front of you, looking at that boy now as you're a grown man. Tell me what you perceive.
Because that memory is so painful that this monk is also disconnected from that childhood self. He doesn't have that wound is like a big scab. It's never healed, and he was never able to come to terms with that. It was like, it was like a betrayal. It was too much. Why couldn't he be sent to that monastery at 10 years old when he, was stronger, more understanding and stuff? Like he has that wound with him, and it's it's still hurtful. It's still painful. It's still like, even though he's enjoying his life, he's doing all these things, and but he has that on the back of his, that wound is there, which was never healed. And he has issue with self-acceptance, like to self-accept himself, I guess.
Very good. Go ahead. See that bench over there. Take this little boy now by the hand without saying anything. Just lead him to that bench. Take a seat. That's it. I'd like for you to show him that wound of yours, like some kind of scar from the war or whatever. How does he react when he sees that wound?
He's terrified because the wound is so big. He makes a big eyes.
Go ahead and explain to him what happened to you.
I don't really know how to explain it. I wanted to say, if you don't let go of this, this is what's gonna happen, and it's just gonna be growing. So I don't know how to explain to him. I don't know what to tell him to let it go. Nothing comes to mind. Nothing comes to mind which will make him feel better here and now.
Just sit with him.
Only thing I can do is hug him and say, "You're not alone. I'm with you. I'm
Very
holding
good.
you. I'm protecting you. I'll be there with you every step. Don't be afraid. Let this wound heal."
And as you're hugging him, how do you feel?
Feel good. Feels good. But sad at the same time.
It's okay to be sad. Allow that sadness to be there. Every sadness serves a purpose. Every emotion can be a lesson. And it's up to you if you will be a good student and allow it to teach you something.
Trying to lift the heaviness of that event, and like nothing. There's nothing I can say to this child to like explain. Oh, because this happened because of that or something. I just say it just happened that way. I cannot find any words to explain this situation except just happened that way, and you will be fine. You persevere, you succeed. He's not letting go of this betrayal. This, it's literally like, why was I treated like mistreated this way? Like I was such a little child. I did not deserve this. I didn't even get to that point when I would be, mischievous or something. So it's hard to.
Show him that you care, show him that you understand.
I am showing that to the child, and I'm telling him that everything will be okay, everything will be fine, that he will succeed in all of this. But he's, like I said, he just stuck on the fact that, but why this? Why this had to happen? Why was I pushed into this loneliness, this extreme, abandonment? I was just left. Having a hard time like explaining that to this child. That's what people do. People are stupid, and that's the only explanation comes to mind. People are stupid, and they do things. They don't use their discernment. They don't use their common sense. They just do things others tell them to do. They're just stupid. So don't be stupid like them. Don't make mistakes like that. Don't treat anybody in your life like that. Because you know how it hurts and what kind of wound this causes. Don't be stupid like these other people. It's the only thing I can tell you.
Very good advice. And so now, closing the scene, is this older monk moving ahead now to another scene in your life. Going there now, significant scene, 3, 2, and 1. Tell me what's going on.
I'm in that monastery, and this is like a fancy place. This isn't I feel like the Dalai Lama lives here, and I work here. Like I work, like I'm in those quarters right now where he takes visitations from people, and I'm like adjusting. The room is red with gold, a lot of gold in it, and I'm like adjusting the drapes or something. It's a fancy looking room.
Mm-hmm.
I just work here, and I'm very happy.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. And how old are you now?
I don't know, like 30s. I'm still young,
Mm-hmm.
early 30s. And I really enjoy everything I do here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a time of celebration. There are people traveling to this location, and it's like a prayers and gratitude, giving gratitude to for the existence and stuff. It's yeah, I'm much wiser now. I'm feels like that heaviness of that wound is much smaller. It's like almost not there anymore.
Very good. Congratulations. How did you achieve that?
Uh, just kind of went on that thought that these people were stupid and didn't know what they were doing, and went with that thought, and it helped me.
Mm-hmm.
That helped me. Yeah, I'm happy where I am now.
Mm-hmm.
I feel strong, and I feel sovereign, like independent and sovereign, like I'm solid. People come to for advice to me, and I assist with the work. And I'm really, fluent at it. I'm really good at. It's just like my nature.
Mm-hmm.
I feel really good. And when I look back, I kind of look at that. Like I don't have these heavy emotions anymore when I look at my past. That sorrow and that poor me attitude is not there anymore. I feel so strong, like not like a aggressive strong, but I feel like a very solid within myself. I feel really good.
When people come to you for advice, what advice would you give someone that is feeling unhappy with the way their life is going, situation?
I would tell them to focus their attention on other things closer to yourself,
Mm-hmm.
things of everyday, like things which have meaning in everyday life, not some, uh, things you want to achieve in the future or something. No, just focus on the everyday life, almost to coming to like a point of stillness with all of this, what you do every day. And start appreciating everything you have in your life with the knowingness of that you are being guided, and that you need to be patient. That's all, because we are, we're impatient as humans, and that is one of the reasons that we make so many mistakes. That's what my parents did. They made a mistake. They sent me out too quickly because they were impatient. They wanted good. They wanted their little boy to be a holy man because that's the prophecy. So they wanted to, it's not that they wanted to get rid of me. They just wanted to start the process. They were impatient.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't ready for it. Wasn't prepared. And they hurt me that way. So yeah, don't just slow yourself down, go within, and notice the good things in your life. Stop obsessing about the negative, because that takes your attention into that, and you starting to be blind on everything around you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see, how you're interacting with people, or what you're causing with your interactions. You're just becoming disconnected when you focus on nonsense like that. This is an obstacle which needs to be overcome, but just think about it like you're traveling, you're walking in the valley, and all of a sudden you see that your road is going into the mountains, into the horrible coldness and stuff. So you have two options. You either gonna go against the grid and kind of, into the difficult situation, or you're gonna find a way around it. Maybe it will take you longer, but you're gonna be safer and it's gonna be just easier. Sometimes, we think we can do a lot, but we're just humans and we make mistakes. And impatience, and the impatience is a lot of problems, causing a lot of problems.
Very good. It's good that you know that your parents, you understand that they did not want to get rid of you, that they were just impatient.
Yeah.
But I'd like for you to talk to that little boy now that still thinks that his parents wanted to get rid of him. So I'd like for you now to clarify things for him so that he doesn't have to carry that mystery in his mind, why they did what they did. Go ahead and talk to him.
Yeah, I am showing him what the parents were thinking and how all of this happened, and that they simply got too excited. They got too excited. It was also a sacrifice for them. They did miss the child. But because they believe strongly that he was to be a holy man, they were fine with the sacrifice. They were completely fine with that. Their faith was leading them to. And that's how it is. People get blinded with the things they think they want, the things they think they need. So I know that when you're in a situation, it's so much harder to be patient. It's so much difficult to wait and watch everything pass you by, things like that. But you have no choice. You have simply no choice. Because if you struggle against it, you're just gonna get yourself tangled up even more in the negativity of the situation. And that's just gonna be harder to get out of it later. So just let it flow. You have no choice. If nothing, and notice if nothing is happening around you, if the environment is not providing, and in your mind nothing is happening, just let it go, because that is the time when the things are brewing, where the things are being prepared. So just wait, make the space. Just wait, be patient, and be nice to yourself. You are your own biggest ally.
Very good.
So
Let's close that scene. Move ahead to another significant scene, or perhaps the time of your death in that lifetime, and see what happens. 3, going there now. 2, and 1. Tell me what's going on.
well, I'm older, but I'm not dying yet. I'm older, like in my 50s, and I'm still happy as I could be. Happy, healthy, and I'm just, working here. And now I'm at the point that I just want to be here. I don't want to go anywhere. Just want to enjoy this place, this knowledge, these people who come for visits. Like I just enjoy my life now. It's really good. I feel so good.
Very good. What happens next in your life?
I don't know. I just, I see that I'm participating in some kind of construction where I think expanding this monastery or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working physically again. But I don't mind. I'm enjoying every day of it, even if I'm tired and hungry and sweaty and, exhausted from it. Really like it. And I do like all, my prayers, my chores. I have a really good schedule and it keeps me in balance and I feel good with it. I feel very good with it. And just so I just saw the way I died.
Mm-hmm.
It was I don't know what happened, if maybe it was an earthquake or what, but part of this wall collapsed on me.
Oh.
I was so happy. Oh, this is so funny. Yeah, I'm smooshed like a frog. And I'm standing and looking at this pile and I'm laughing.
Mm-hmm. What do you find funny about it?
The fact that I was, happy-go-lucky and all of a sudden splatter. I'm no longer, you know, there. That's funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still, I'm fine. I'm just like it's funny for me the way I died. It's funny. I know that there's nothing funny when you think about, somebody being crushed like that, but it's funny to me. I was this little bug, going by my day, doing this, doing that, and all of a sudden, bloop, I'm no longer. And I'm even that, I'm just happy. It's just so funny.
So what happens next?
Kind of have like these angels come for me, or guides, angels. They look like angels. And I'm still laughing. And they're telling me, oh, it's enough of that. Let's go.
Where do you go?
Well, I'm going with them, and like we're traveling in space or something. And then I'm at this place where, like, there's a lot of people here. There are people who know me. They come and say hello. And I see some monks who passed away before me. They're here. And I still keep laughing about the way I died. And they're just like, that's enough of this. Just stop laughing at it. That's, then they just can see the comedy in it. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be here. I'm just laughing at the way I went out, and because I was expecting, like prolonged laying in the bed or something like that. I don't know what I was expecting. And that happened.
Very good. And as you have died sooner than you expected, do you feel that your life was complete? Do you feel that there is unfinished business?
No, it was complete. It was complete.
Very good. So, looking back on that life, what are some of the insights, some of the insights that come to you now from spirit about that life?
Perseverance. I had to persevere. And I had to learn to calm my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn that, how to control my mind. And I did. And once I achieved that, the lesson was over.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was bloop, and I was out.
And what better way to learn to calm the mind than to be in a monastery? Is that something that you chose for that purpose, to learn to calm the mind?
Yes, I wanted to try that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that, it wasn't easy, but I put myself into it. I put my whole self into it, and I succeeded. Progressed and reached another level. And when I look at people, just your regular day people, I don't know how if they would be able to do that. I don't think so. I don't see it. I just don't see it.
Very good. And so now your soul is living in everyday life, not in a monastery. And as you say, she is indeed finding it hard to calm the mind
Yeah.
in that type of life. So this is a new challenge. Do you have any advice as being so good at calming the mind?
For her, just stay busy. And through your, busyness, you're going to achieve it. Because she's a busy bee. She needs to do things. So she cannot be just sitting there and, thinking and analyzing her life. She cannot be doing that because it just, she gets tangled up. She goes into rabbit holes and has hard time getting out of them. So, yeah, patience, and she does. I mean, she already is working on it. It needs to be more of the same. Sorry to say, more practicing, more meditating, more observing, more patience. It's just a sorry rocky road, but she's trying to do this exactly, like have a control over herself completely. And it's this isn't easy. This is difficult because the gender of the body, but she needs, she's trying it, practicing it, and sometimes she's, almost there. So it's a process. Can't.
Very good.
There is no way of making this easier. This has to be. She needs to go through this step by step, and on the end, once she achieves it, she will be very happy with herself and proud of herself that she did it.